So, in this section, we're going to talk about what type of market we are in and what is the agenda of who is in the market, right? And this is going to help us really get a perspective of who's in the market, what they're trying to do, and how we can align our trades up with them, right? So, right now, I just put a bunch of questions up there that, retail gets trapped using these indicators and just these weird theories that don't make sense and all of that. And before we move on to discuss what type of market we are in and what the agenda is, I need you guys to realize that all these indicators are all designed to make the other person comfortable in placing a trade, right? So it's like Vegas, right? The flashing lights are your indicators and signals, right? The noise of the slot machines is the million different, level twos and DOMs. The smell is the DOM, The free drinks are the easy access to the news, which is telling you to buy the stock, right? And it's all put together in a way to convince you a false confidence to trade. In reality, check this out. No size trader will ever show their hand. Why would they? So they give you access to all these widgets and fidgets and gadgets to make you feel comfortable to risk your money so they can take it from you. Okay? So don't fall for these traps, right? You will never know what is going to happen next unless you can read the mind of the people that do it, There's no mathematical formula to get inside the mind of these size traders and find out what their agenda is. Their agenda always corresponds as trades with their business model. And news is just paid to sound reasonable. There is no way to verify it. It's a methodology, right? Sometimes we get lucky using these indicators and listening to the news and all that. But at the end of the day, your expectations aren't reality on, trade by trade, right? You got to think of this at a percentage level, right? So a good example of this would be the DOM or level 2 data, right? It's the most misunderstood and misquoted gadget in the market. This is the DOM in the level 2 is manipulated, controlled by the market makers moving the market at the time. Why would anybody show their hands or intentions? Why would they show their hands to the other traders would pick their bones clean? What you see on a DOM or a level 2 is someone else's version of the truth, right? What you see is one market maker who's controlling the whole thing, and every single bid and offer, right, is that one market maker. This market maker is controlling the entire order book to convince people there is a big buyer by pushing traders into his offer. People see this and they're like, oh, looky there. I'm okay to trade because I see this on the DOM, right? So they place a trade. This market maker places the lookout bid, they place the push bid, they place the support bid, offer from the big firms. Dude controls everything, right? Retail then comes in, shows up, and he pulls a bid. And that's literally how it works, right? So don't get suckered. All right. So we know that the market is transactional and there's no faking it, no predicting it, right? All right, so let's talk about how price moves, we know that there's two ways to make money. We buy low, we sell high, right? Or we sell high and we buy low, right? And so if you look here at this screen, you got two buyers, right? You have a winner and a loser of a trade. One person is taking money out of their account because they lost and putting it into the other person's account who won the direction of the market. In this scenario, we know that the offer is at $11, which is the ask, and the bid is at $9. So the low is $9 for this, and the high price is $11, and the current price is at $10. So we know that the two ways to make money is buy low, sell high, or sell high, buy low. So if I was going along with this, I would try to buy at 9 and sell at 11. But if I was trying to be a seller in this, I would try to sell at 11 and buy it back at 9. I would do this because I know that the bid markets the price higher and the offer markets it lower. So why would the market move anywhere else, right? And why would someone try to buy a high or sell a low? That's not how this is supposed to work, right? Well, every trader has a diametric opposing belief of what the future will look like. So one of these traders had to be like, I am willing to do the opposite of what the fundamentals is to make money, because my belief is so great that I will do it. So one of these people, whether it's the buyer or the seller, is aggressive. And let's say the buyer is the aggressive one. So he's going to place a bid high. And one is passive. We'll say the seller in this case is, the passive one. So they're looking to sell high, right? And this results in an imbalance of conviction between traders, and that's what makes price move. So we know that in this case, the buyer wants to buy the bid, which is $9, and sell it at 11, right? Where the offers are, right? But in order to, make the market move up and to get it to break out, right? They need to take all the offers off the current price. And they do this, they convince everybody who is trading this that is breaking out, that it is valued at 12 or 13 or 11 or wherever it raises it up. So here is an auction. And in this auction, the market is balanced. Is in balance, right? You have people buying low and selling high. Buyers on the bid, sellers on the ask, right? Neither side is aggressive. Both sides is just waiting for price to reach their level for them to enter their trade, right? Neither side is chasing price, right? Now fear and greed steps in. Greed thinks they can get a better price, so they lift the offer. Meaning fear, a short seller has to exit their position by buying. Ideally, the short seller wants to exit their position by buying lower, so they stay a passive buyer. But because the buyer lifted their offer to make the auction go higher, the auction becomes offside with aggressive buyers, right? Forcing the passive sellers to close the position by buying it back for whatever they can. And this is like the trap and squeeze, right? And when I'm talking about buyers and sellers, I'm talking about hedge funds, commercials, dynamic traders, size traders, all the people who will bid the market up or offer it lower in a reverse auction, right? So when you go long, you open your position by being a buyer and close your position as a seller, right? When you short the market, you borrow the orders to open your position as a seller to buy it, and you close it by buying it back because you believe the price will decrease in value. Then you sell those borrowed orders to a trader, to a buyer who is willing to pay that whatever you have it offered at. And hopefully this all helps you understand the flow of the market a little bit better. So when we go into the walk and run phase, what type of market we're in and what the agenda is, it makes a lot more sense. Later.